Hello, this is Roy's Astro Backyard Photography. Today I'm going to give you a quick rundown on the telescope shed that I constructed. It's made of plastic, thin plastic. It's 5 by 5 by 72 inches high. I've been using it as a garden shed for my lawnmower and tools, and here about 4 months I decided I wanted to go ahead and move it over to my pier that I had already in the ground and use it as an observatory. So let's step over to it and get right to it. Okay, I'm going to start with the outside. Basically, I'm going to show you, it's a very flimsy shed, but I had to fortify it inside with some 2x4s, so but it's, it's sturdy enough for what I'm using it for. I've got it on a 5 by 5 wood platform on blocks, and I'll start from the top here and go around. And basically what I did is I put this hardy plank up here, put some neoprene 4-inch strips for the skirting on the outside. Come around here. This is my solar panel for my camera inside. I put some flashing up here to keep the water out, and you come over here on the other side, same thing. I got the neoprene skirting there to keep the water out, and the hardy plank. Now here's the gantry. The gantry comes out about 5 feet. I've got 4x4 poles cemented in the ground on each side, crossbar for bracing. It's, nothing heavy duty, but it's sturdy enough. I'm using a 1/2-inch conduit pipe for the tracking. That's interesting because I had to drill holes in it to get the screws to hold it down, so that wasn't a big problem, but it just took a little time. I could have used the tracking, the V tracking, but it was too expensive. I didn't want to spend the money on it, so conduit's cheap. Anyway, on the back side here, I've got the neoprene strips here, the skirting that keeps the rain out, and the hardy plank is a backing board here. And up there is my vent for my exhaust fan, and that's run on a solar panel. And basically here's the back end of the gantry here where the rails go in. And over here is the solar panel. If you can see that. Actually, that right there, I drilled a hole in the ceiling and the roof, and I patched it up with some caulking. So yeah, that works great. This solar fan only runs, the fans only run when the sun's shining bright. So right now it's kind of like at half power, but there's a view from the top, and here's a view from this side, the rails that come down. I'm getting ready to extend this end right here. I'm going to come out a little bit more, probably about 2 feet, where I can roll off the dome here all the way back, because when I'm polar aligning, or when I'm shooting in the north, which is directly north of the dome here, it's an obstruction, so I'm gonna have to get it to where I can pull the roof back a little bit further. So yeah, that's no issue right now though. Let's go inside. Inside here, basically what I've done is I framed it out with 2x4s to fortify, to make it stronger, make it more sturdy. I put in 1/2-inch R2 insulation, this foam. Just cut it out and put it in there. Coming over here, here is the latches that it used to hold the roof down, and here's the tracking right here, the rails, so you can see how it goes all the way back and all the way out. Got those 2-inch rollers, and I constructed the frame here to put my wheels on, and I've got insulation here at the top where I got these 1x2 strips holding that up. And actually the foam fits right in the grooves here. So, and there's the fans right there. They're running at probably not even half power right now because it's cloudy outside. So anyway, there's a camera, and then I have a camera over here. This is a remote controlled camera. I can move it around while I'm remoting in from my desktop inside while I'm imaging. Coming over here, I've got a dehumidifier, I've got a thermometer, and I've got a hydrometer to monitor the heat and the humidity. I use these desiccant bags while I'm storing, or I cover the scope up when, when I'm not using it. So during the day, and at night, it soaks up the moisture. This is a damp red bag, same thing, extra protection. It soaks up all the moisture, keeps the telescope dry. I cover the telescope with this this bag here while I'm not using it, but I took the bag off for demonstration purposes only. So basically what I've done here is I used 2x4s to frame it out on the inside. I use the foam board to insulate it. Then I've got, let me go open the door. So basically what I've done to the floor is I've got a it's a plastic mat here to cover the platform, and then I put this rubber matting down for extra protection. If I drop something, it won't break. So the foam's about 1/2 inch thick. And then over here, I've got, I put in these little tables here for my laptop. This here folds up. And I got this chain on it, and it folds down. So what I do is I put my laptop here, and then I run my USB cable from my mount over here to the laptop. I've got my dew heater control here. I've got an AM3 ZWO mount with a Savoni 70mm ED refractor. Got the ZWO 533. Got the field flattener reducer. It's a 0.8 reducer, and then I got the SV 198 guide scope. So basically I don't have to polar align anymore if I don't tear the unit down. So basically, all in all, this reason why I did this, it saved me a lot of money. I was originally going to buy another shed and do the same thing, but it was going to be double the cost. So I figured, well, I'll just use what I have, and all the materials so far has run me about $500 USD. But I'm still adding as I go along to different things. But this dehumidifier here I bought off of Amazon. It works well. It's got a drain hose, but I haven't hooked it up yet. It's got a little tray in the back, a little tank here. Here's the drain hole right here. I'm eventually going to put a tube there and run it out where it'll drain, but really it hasn't. It's collected overnight. That's how much water it's collected. Oops, let me get. Sorry about that. Anyway, it's collected, some moisture out of here, so it does work. But with the desiccant bags and the damp red bag, that lasts about 3 months. When all the little crystals are dissolved, all the water drains down into here in this bag. So yeah, but basically the way I have this all set up, I've got a power strip running down through the floor all the way over here up to an extension cord. Right now I'm running extension cord because I'm thinking about running some power, running a line out here, put some electricity in, and a Cat 6 cable for internet. Right now I'm running on Wi-Fi, which is okay, but all in all, I'm happy with it. Here's a little bit closer view of the tracking system. What I've done here is I cut holes at the top here, a bigger hole, and then a smaller hole with another drill bit at the bottom of the pipe, so I can get the screw head down in here to drill it down. So it took me a little time to drill all the holes, but that's what I'm using for my tracking system. It works quite well. We can give you a small demonstration here how this rolls off. There, get that one a little tight. Some of them pretty loose, some of them are tight. Over here, that one's a little tight, so yeah. Okay, so what we can do here is just takes a push of the finger. You can pull it back. It just rolls back here like this, like so. Push it back. And that's it. So as I stated earlier in my video, I'm shooting right here directly north. I'm pointing north right now, and I'm gonna have to put an extension on my gantry to roll that top further back so I can get a view of the North Star if I wanted to, or in the north if I want to do any imaging. But basically, that's due north, and then over here on my right side is due east, and then on my left is west, and then here we go south over here. So but basically it works. The walls are a little high, but I normally shoot 45 degrees above the horizon. So when I'm imaging, I'm shooting mainly in the northeast, high above the wall here. So it's no issue. I thought about cutting it down before I started, but that was going to be extra work, so I decided not to do that. So all in all, it's pretty solid. It keeps the moisture out when it's closed. So yeah, I'm happy with it. One other thing I want to point out, these little voids here, I'm going to fill this void up with this spray foam all the way down. I haven't finished that out. I started down here at the bottom, so I'm going to fill those in for extra insulation. I'll probably come back in here eventually and put some plywood on the walls, and maybe put some more insulation inside, because I'm eventually going to put an air conditioner in here maybe. So yeah, anyway, this is my setup here. So okay, that's pretty much the rundown on everything and what I've done to construct this observatory. As I stated earlier, I was going to buy a shed, but I decided not to because the expense. The pier that I have in here is a 5x5. I'm sorry, it's a 6x6 wood pier. It's concreted 3 feet in the ground, and some people have asked me, do I get any flex? I said, well, no, I don't, because my rig is less than 25 pounds, you know, everything, you know, so I don't get any flex at all that I can tell. So but the pier has an extension. It has 2 extensions on it, so it's pretty solid. I'm happy with everything. Everything works well. But all in all, the shed, it serves its purpose for what I do as a hobby. So I probably won't go any further with it. I'll just continue to use what I have here and have fun with it. So I hope that's been informative, and if you have any questions or concerns or anything, just drop me a line in the comments below. I appreciate it if you would go to my YouTube page and like and share, subscribe. Anyway, I'll post this on my YouTube page as well. So anyway, all in all, clear skies. Take care.